The episode 1 of XO, Kitty, begins with Kitty Covey video calling her long-distance boyfriend, Dae, who is currently studying in Seoul at the Korean Independent School of Seoul, KISS. Kitty, full of romantic energy and excitement, misses him deeply. After discovering a memory box filled with her late mother's belongings, including photos from her time at KISS, Kitty feels an emotional pull to connect with both her mother's past and her own romantic future. Without telling anyone, she applies for a scholarship to KISS and gets accepted. On the day of her flight, she reveals her plan to her dad, Dr. Covey, who is surprised but supportive. At the airport in Seoul, Kitty meets a stylish and arrogant boy named Min-ho, who scoffs at her love-fueled reason for moving to Korea. Neither of them realize they're headed to the same school. When Kitty arrives at KISS, she barges into the orientation ceremony with excitement, announcing herself to everyone, only to be met with shock and confusion from Dae. Something is clearly off, but Kitty brushes it off, thinking she just caught him by surprise. Later that night, at a student party on the school grounds, Kitty hopes for some one-on-one time with Dae, but he continues to act distant. She also bumps into Min-ho again, this time realizing he's not just a random boy from the airport, he's a student at KISS too. Their playful but tense banter continues, as he teases her idealism about love. She's still confused by Dae's strange behavior, but brushes it off as nerves. Determined to settle in, she moves into her dorm, only to discover that she's been mistakenly assigned to the boys' dorm because her name, Kitty, was assumed to be a boy's nickname. To her surprise, she ends up being placed in a room with none other than Dae and Min-ho, creating an instantly awkward and chaotic situation. As she tries to adjust to her new living situation, she begins noticing Dae acting even more distant and secretive. From Kitty's perspective, it looks like Dae is cheating on her with Yuri, and the pieces just don't add up. What she doesn't know is that Dae is part of a fake relationship himself, pretending to date Yuri in exchange for financial help for his family. Her journey at KISS is quickly becoming more dramatic than she ever expected. Caught in a web of fake romances and hidden truths, Kitty feels increasingly out of place and confused. Yet despite the chaos, she remains determined to uncover what's really going on and fight for her relationship. Now that Kitty has decided to stay at KISS, she's determined to figure out why Dae has been acting so strange since her arrival. Still believing he might be hiding something, she begins watching him closely, and her suspicions only grow when she spots him spending more time with Yuri. Kitty becomes convinced that Dae is cheating on her, and she feels completely heartbroken. Meanwhile, life at KISS continues, and Kitty starts to interact more with her classmates. She gets to know Q, Dae's best friend, who's kind and supportive, and Min-ho, whose teasing and overconfidence still irritate her, but also makes things a little more interesting. As Kitty continues to struggle with her emotions, she can't keep her feelings bottled up anymore. She confronts Dae directly, asking him why he's changed and why he's spending so much time with Yuri. Dae finally admits it, he has a girlfriend now, and it's Yuri. Kitty is devastated. She feels betrayed, humiliated, and completely lost. Everything she thought was real now feels like a lie. Heartbroken and angry, Kitty begins to accept that her perfect love story with Dae might be over before it even really began. Kitty's journey at KISS takes several pivotal turns as she navigates new living arrangements and uncovers significant family secrets. After Min-ho's poopy baby prank, Kitty is relocated to the girls' dormitory, where she faces the challenge of a messy and unwelcoming new roommate. During this time, her bond with Alex deepens as he offers her a pep talk, subtly sparking Kitty's suspicion that he might be her biological brother. Kitty also plays matchmaker, encouraging Q to invite Florian to a watch party, which helps their budding romance. In return, Q invites Kitty to join the outdoor club. A competitive race up a hill with Yuri proves to be a turning point for Kitty when she spots a building with a logo matching a hospital bracelet from her mother's photo album. Driven by this clue, Kitty ventures to the hospital. Though initially denied access to her mother's patient files, she manages to sneak into the record room, where she uncovers a shocking revelation: she has a half-brother, born on August 12, 1993, who was adopted by an Australian family. This discovery is further complicated when Alex later confides in Kitty that he is adopted, intensifying her belief that he could be the brother she never knew. Kitty trying to put together a Chuseok party for students from other countries at KISS. This idea quickly grows into a big school event. Getting ready for the party is a bit messy, but Minho surprisingly offers to help. They go shopping and cook together, which brings them closer. With Minho's help, lots of people show up for the Chuseok party, making it a special event for KISS. The dinner is a hit, and Kitty's mashed potatoes are a big surprise success. But Kitty's main goal for the night, finding out if Alex is her half-brother, doesn't get resolved. Meanwhile, Alex starts to tell Kitty why he came to KISS, but he stops suddenly, leaving Kitty with another mystery. There's an awkward moment between Alex and Professor Lee, where the professor accidentally lets slip that he's a parent. This conversation hints at why Alex is at KISS without saying it directly. After dinner, Alex finally tells Kitty that he found out Professor Lee is his biological father, and that's why he came to KISS. This changes everything for Kitty, making her search for answers about her own family even more complicated, and adding a new layer to her relationship with Alex. Elsewhere, the story of Yuri and her mother, Principal Gina, continues. Yuri keeps asking Gina about her past friendship with Kitty's mother, Eve Song, but Gina avoids the questions and acts defensively. Gina even burns a picture of herself and Eve from a 1993 KISS yearbook, making their shared past even more mysterious. The episode opens with a tense, yet playful, breakfast argument between Kitty and Minho, hinting at their evolving relationship. Kitty is increasingly frustrated by Day's silence regarding her return necklace, so she turns to Q for advice. Q suggests she let her hair down and attend Minho's party, setting the stage for the evening's events. Kitty's arrival at Minho's party creates a stir, especially for Minho himself, who is clearly developing feelings for her despite his earlier reservations. Determined to embrace her teenage years, Kitty sets out to get her first kiss. However, her quest takes an unexpected turn when she encounters a guy who insults Yuri. Kitty quickly and firmly rebukes him, showcasing her loyalty to Yuri, who overhears the exchange. As the party continues and Kitty indulges a bit too much, she drunkenly calls Alex, inadvertently revealing her location and potential vulnerability. This impulsive act leads to Yuri coming to her rescue from a sketchy individual. Meanwhile, Day attempts to clear up the misunderstanding about the necklace with Kitty, but the party abruptly ends before he can fully explain, leaving the truth hanging in the air and the tension unresolved. A significant moment occurs towards the end of the episode, revealed to be a dream sequence, where Yuri and Kitty share a charged moment of sexual tension, hinting at Kitty's developing feelings for Yuri. The episode's closing moments delve into the characters' hidden emotions, suggesting that Kitty's romantic landscape is becoming far more complicated than she anticipated. The episode opens with Kitty sharing a vivid dream with Yuri, which is quickly followed by Minho accidentally revealing his own dream about Kitty, hinting at his growing feelings for her. The aftermath of the previous episode's party continues to echo, as Alex announces that everyone is in trouble, facing Saturday detention and more severe consequences. Yuri finds herself in a high-stakes situation, forced by her mother, Principal Gina, to participate in a staged photo op with Day to deflect negative media attention. Yuri later confesses to Day her fear of losing him as a friend and promises to return the necklace Kitty gave him. However, Yuri wearing the necklace to detention catches Kitty's eye, leading to a tense confrontation. During detention, Kitty reluctantly agrees to help Yuri uncover what Principal Gina is hiding. They discover old photographs in a yearbook that hint at a past pregnancy and a forgotten friendship between their mothers. In a selfless act, Yuri publicly breaks up with Day, strategically freeing him to pursue a relationship with Kitty. This marks a significant development in Yuri's character, showing her embrace of honesty. The episode culminates in the long-awaited first kiss between Kitty and Day, a moment that has been carefully built up throughout the series, signifying not only a romantic progression but also the hurdles they've overcome to reach this point. The episode starts with Kitty still unwilling to simply accept the fake relationship between Day and Yuri. she's determined to find out the full truth. The camping trip provides a chance for all the characters to bond and face their true feelings. A major moment occurs when Yuri confesses to Kitty about her homosexuality and the intense pressure she faces from her family to hide it. This sheds a lot of light on Yuri's past actions, especially concerning Juliana. Kitty, showing her loyalty and compassion, offers to help Yuri reconcile with Juliana, even enlisting the help of Margot. In a very touching scene, Yuri professes her love for Juliana over the phone, with Kitty listening in. Kitty's strong reaction to Yuri's heartfelt words hints at her own developing feelings for Yuri, adding a new layer of complexity to her character's emotional journey. Meanwhile, Kitty's relationship with Day also reaches a turning point during this trip. The episode starts with bad news: Kitty might be kicked out of Kiss. This makes her friends, Day, Q, and Min-ho, come together to help her study for her final exams. Their strong friendship is a nice contrast to all the intense drama that's about to happen. While they're studying, Alex bravely talks to Principal Lim, who is also Gina, and confronts her, saying she's his biological mother. This forces Principal Lim to face a part of her past she really wanted to hide. What they don't know is that Yuri accidentally hears this very upsetting conversation, making the already complicated family secrets even more tangled. The tension between Yuri and her mother gets worse as Yuri confronts Gina about leaving Juliana. In a powerful moment, Yuri tells her mother that she is gay and also reveals that her relationship with Day was fake, finally ending that lie. At the same time, the relationship between Kitty and Yuri becomes very tense as they get ready for a traditional Korean dance performance for the talent show. The feelings they haven't spoken about and the secrets they're keeping create a strong sense of unease between them. The biggest moment of the episode happens during their dance. A fight breaks out between Yuri and Kitty on stage, pushing their friendship to its breaking point because of the secrets they've both been hiding from each other. In a dramatic turn, Kitty's dress actually catches fire during the performance, which is a strong symbol of all the emotional chaos and how fouled up everything has become for the characters. As the truths about their families come out, Kitty, Yuri, and their friends have to deal with the big consequences of their shared past, Kitty facing the very real possibility of expulsion from Kiss due to breaking school rules, specifically, staying in the boys' dorm. She appeals to the school board, but Principal Gina confirms her expulsion, citing a breach of the code of conduct. Kitty delivers an emotional speech, but it doesn't change the outcome. Meanwhile, Day learns that his scholarship is at risk because he came in second to Florian. When Day expresses happiness that Kitty passed her finals, Q reveals that Kitty has been expelled, prompting Q to rush to the airport to see her before she leaves. Kitty begins packing to return home. Before she leaves, she has an emotional farewell with Q. She also has a crucial conversation with Principal Gina, who gives Kitty a letter her mother, Eve Song, had written but never received a response to. In return, Kitty gives Gina a mixtape that she initially thought contained her mother's favorite songs, but it turns out they were Gina's. This exchange marks a significant step in mending the past between their families. At the airport, Kitty bumps into Yuri. Kitty, grappling with her newfound feelings, tries to confess to Yuri, but their conversation is cut short by the unexpected arrival of Juliana, Yuri's girlfriend who was sent away. Yuri's focus immediately shifts to Juliana. The most shocking moment comes as Kitty boards her plane. Min-ho appears in the seat next to her, revealing he's on his way to Los Angeles to visit his mother. The episode ends with a visibly stunned Kitty, now expelled from Kiss, having broken up with Day, having unrequited feelings for Yuri, at least for now, and having just received a confession from Min-ho. Enjoyed this recap? Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Storyverse Recap, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another drama-filled episode. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.